Hello and welcome to the Last Place Fantasy Football Podcast. My name is Ryan. I am here with my co-hosts Josh and Ethan, and it is the first round of the playoffs for most of you
A
guys.
much
It
nicer
is
week
week
15,
15.
if I do add that.
For some of us.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is our week 15 review. We're doing it one day later than we normally do, so we are going to be reviewing our
Ryan's fault.
Sunday night game. Yeah, it's all my fault. I'm a busy guy, and Josh was the
Well,
one that responded,
That, yeah.
and I agreed on it.
I'm a busy guy and blame it on somebody
Yep.
else.
So
Yeah.
I'm a busy guy, but Josh is much busier. So um we had quite a few games that were really awesome, really impressive,
Yeah.
and really as a Minnesota Vikings fan, um crazy. And I about had a heart attack on Saturday.
This entire episode
But
should
we'll
be
go over
how
that.
fast we can get to the Vikings game. How fast can we review
And it'll
the
come. It'll come
Seattle
real
and San
quickly.
Francisco?
Are we starting?
Yeah,
Are we starting
so
with the
let's
Vikings game?
let's go over our first matchup. Yeah, let's go over our
We
Thursday
gotta, we
night
gotta start
matchup.
with Niners.
San Francisco
yeah.
49ers and Seahawks. A Brock Purdy, an impressive performance from him. I mean, it was against the Seattle Seahawks defense, but it was at home. It was at Seattle.
Yeah, it was in
So
Seattle.
was,
It was the
that was
McCaffrey
pretty
special,
cool.
honestly. Just they fed him,
Yeah.
fed him some more. Honestly,
Yeah.
on that side of the ball, though, I'm more interested with Kittle
Well, yeah.
because
Here's
that
Yeah, it was
everything you
definitely
need
a
to know.
comeback game for Kittle.
George Kittle
second
is
game in a
beloved
row.
by Brock Purdy, and CMC is CMC. Welcome to the 49ers show.
Well, my bigger question with Kittle is
Yeah.
that this is his second good game in a row. Like he's had, I believe, 4 touchdowns in 2 weeks. Like this might
About
be
time.
this is going to be your tight end savior, to be honest with you.
That may be a good sign for him.
It's about time.
Yeah, quite possibly. I think it is. It's about time because I know like my dad has been kind of complaining about him because he traded.
Oh, not 4 touchdowns.
Well, he traded with you, Josh, right?
Well, yeah, because that's how I
He,
got Kelsey. Not
he
4 in 2
traded
weeks. It felt like it though.
Kittle, or he traded away Kelsey for Kittle and a gaggle of other stuff. But
Yeah.
he traded away one of his prized fantasy possessions and got back somebody who's been kind of struggling this year, to make it into the top 3 consideration for tight end. But it seems like the work he's been getting over the last couple of weeks is pretty stable, pretty good.
Yeah.
And from their QB like 3, nonetheless. I mean, Mr. Irrelevant himself.
Yeah. I mean, this just goes to show you how good of a coach Kyle Shanahan is.
That's the real meme right there.
Yeah, of course.
And one correction, it's not 4 touchdowns in 2 weeks. I totally forgot there were 3 games in between Arizona and Seattle.
Good job, Josh.
Just completely blocked
Great
it
job.
from memory.
Good
Let me just
job.
go ahead and lump all of this in
Good
together.
job.
Well, I will
Gotta be ashamed.
continually choose to do that.
Yeah.
But
Come on, Rams. Keep them out.
Geno Smith. I mean, it was a show.
He did Geno Smith
It
things.
wasn't super impressive, but
Yeah.
he did Geno Smith things. He was all right.
Kenneth Walker was
Ken Walker.
Kenneth Walker
saved by that last
he got some passing
catch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, saved by the passing work pretty much.
Which Homer ate some of.
And then Tyler Lockett and DK.
Well, we got to talk about
They've been
Lockett here,
consistent.
who's essentially out for
Noah
the year.
Fant.
I thought they said he was only going to miss one
that's
game.
right.
Is he gone for the year?
For a broken finger? Only 1 game?
Hey, some people have toughened it out.
I will double check that, everybody.
I don't know. Yeah, you double check that, and we'll return to that here in a minute.
Now that also could have been just
but
wishful
DK
thinking of like,
Metcalf
oh no, I
and
broke
Tyler
my finger
Lockett.
1 game.
But Noah Fant reeled in a touchdown and he put up a pretty good performance. For
Yeah,
those of you that
no fan has been the biggest
actually
loser of
have
this year.
him, not many. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he hasn't really been super productive there in Seattle since him being traded from the Broncos.
Well, yeah, because Geno Smith loved Will Disley, and then he is it
Ooh,
Parker Hesse?
Yeah,
And then he
you,
was like, "Oh, no, Fant's actually really good." And then he's like, "Ew, I don't like tight ends anymore." It's just, yeah.
yeah.
yeah, it's looking
So
like
that's about it for that matchup.
they're saying a couple weeks, but it takes him out of playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out of the
Yeah,
fantasy
yeah,
playoffs
he's
at
out of the
least.
fantasy playoffs, and that's a
So
big blow considering he's wide receiver 10
he's out.
on the
I hope
year.
you have
Yeah,
DK.
Yeah, because DK is about to roar back
yeah,
to
because
life.
DK,
All right, anyways,
yeah,
what we're all here
DK
for.
is gonna be absorbing those targets.
Yep, Indy.
This is what we're all
Um,
here for.
Yes.
can I
So we're gonna
please?
go to what was. Well, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it with Jeff Saturday. Y'all said I was crazy. Give him a chance. I gave him a chance. No.
All right, well, they didn't have Jonathan Taylor too. All right, so that's one thing.
Okay.
Do you realize that in the second half they've been outscored like 77 to like nothing
Yeah,
in the
because they don't
last
have
two
Jonathan
games?
Taylor.
They had Jonathan Taylor last week and they played the Cowboys and died.
Well, that's because it was the Cowboys. They are them boys.
Who just lost to the Jags?
All right, whatever. The Colts suck. Matt
Okay.
Ryan did Matt Ryan activities. They had no run game really other than Michael
Yeah.
Pittman, but that's a wide receiver, so kind of unfortunate. And then just Michael Pittman was
They
Mr.
didn't
Do It
do a
All.
whole lot.
Okay. All right. So let me so we're
Yeah.
done. We're done with the Colts. I want you guys to tell me where were you when you realized, oh man, Vikings could actually do this?
I was there the whole time.
You were watching the entire game?
I was there for every second of it.
I
Ryan?
didn't actually. So I
Yeah, Ryan
watched
left.
like the first quarter. I watched the first quarter and part of the first part of the second, and I was like, you know what? This game is not going well for them. It's kind of like in a horror movie where you close your eyes to try to get away from it, and that's kind of what I did as a Vikings fan. So I went to go get a haircut, as you can tell. But I went to
It
go get a
doesn't look good.
haircut,
Can't
and while
tell.
I'm getting my haircut, yeah, of course, because yeah. But I went to go get a haircut, and as I'm getting my haircut, I'm about halfway through it. It's been about half an hour, and I get a notification on my phone, touchdown by Kirk Cousins. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, awesome. They're at least gonna make it somewhat of a game. And then the other barber comes in and turns on the TV and is like, "Oh, there's a game on right now," and turns it on, and I watch them score the other touchdown, and I'm like, "Okay, so they're actually doing something." And I'm watching the whole time on in like part of the way on my, in the barber shop, and then on my way home, I'm watching it going, "Holy crap, is this actually happening? Like, are they gonna actually make it a close game?" And then they tied it up, and I'm over here going, no, no, no. Two good games in a season from the Vikings? No, no, you can't have two comeback victories. And sure enough, they did it. And I was just like freaking out the whole time. Josh, you called me, you called our group chat right before the end of regular, like the fourth quarter, and he was like, "Ryan, pick up your phone." And I'm like, "No, I'm not going to talk to you guys right now. I'm about to have a heart attack."
Ryan was
So I
crying
was
and
freaking out.
screaming and breaking
I
things.
was. I will tell you this right now. I was freaking the heck out sitting here at my computer going, "No, no, no, it's not going to happen. I can't get my hopes up. I can't get my hopes up." And sure enough, they kicked that field goal. And before the field goal, I was saying, "Oh, great. It's another wide wide right. It's another wide right. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen because that's the Vikings' luck.
And it
And
never
he
did.
nailed it right through the uprights.
Greg
Yeah.
Joseph, shout out.
And I kind of just sat there in shock for a good, I don't know,
Well, yeah,
2 or 3 minutes.
because how did it?
Going,
Was it?
no,
Was it
I didn't just
CJ?
I didn't just watch that.
Was the first one CJ Ham, and then Osborne, and then Jefferson, and then Hawkinson, and then Cook?
I can't
Or sorry, not
remember.
Hawkinson, then Thielen, then Cook?
Osborne, I think, may have been the first one.
I think it was Osborne. Yeah.
Couldn't remember if it was Osborne or Ham.
Yeah, it was a.
I'll check for it. No, it was Osborne.
I think it was Osborne.
No, wait, crap.
I don't know. We got to check the scoring.
Yeah,
The
I will check.
play-by-play.
Yeah, I'm checking it.
Plays. Alrighty, here we go.
Let's see as we all search for it at the same time. So, all right, while y'all do that,
There we go. I got it. Third quarter, KJ Osborne for 2 yards.
Touchdown.
Okay, so CJ Ham was first then.
KJ Osborne. Yeah.
No,
Osborne.
KJ
Right,
Osborne was
right.
first,
Osborne was first. But let me explain where
Yeah.
I was. I was
Osborne
Christmas
was
shopping,
followed by CJ Ham.
and I left at 33. I left at 30-0. I was like, okay, this game's ugly. I'm out.
Yeah.
Followed by Jefferson.
And I needed to get ready
Yep.
to watch the Ravens game, which we'll talk. Great.
Followed by
And
Thielen.
And then out of nowhere, I get done with shopping. I come back and I'm like, why is it 36-28? And then I basically, as soon as I turn on the car, Dalvin Cook touchdown. And
Yeah.
so I rushed back to the house. I called my dad first. I said, hey, are you watching the Vikings game? He goes, no, I can't right now. I was like, I will put it on Zoom for you. Because the Vikings just tied the game and are about to break the largest comeback record, and he got excited for it. And we're all Ravens fans, so everyone was just excited to see history happen.
Exactly.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, and I saw that.
Yes,
that Dalvin Cook touchdown. I saw him like catch the ball and then run, and juke out the first set of guys, break through a bunch of different tackles, and I'm like, no way, no, they didn't tackle him. No, okay, all right, he's actually getting the touchdown. So I was freaking out, man. That whole last quarter, I was like having a heart attack.
He was a baby.
But you know what? I want to say this here, and I've kind of thought this for the last year, but I want to officially come out with it. I think KJ Osborne is Adam Thielen's successor.
Oh, okay, that's
so. When Adam Thielen decides to hang up,
I thought he was about to say this is our year, and it's like,
Osborne,
oh, don't do that to yourself.
No, I think KJ Osborne is going to be taking the number 2 from Adam Thielen.
What's the line in No Way Home?
By the beginning of next season or
sorry, little
whenever.
One.
So I think he's going to be taking the number 2 slot.
He's just going to quote the wrong movie, Ethan.
That's what I'm here for.
No, it's the expect disappointment. Have your expectations real low so you're never disappointed. Which at this point,
that's pretty much what it is for as Vikings fans. We really have to temper our expectations.
But yeah, no, I agree with you with Osborne.
But other than that
was the game.
I think Osborne is a great addition. I think
he was undrafted too, which was crazy.
He was drafted
7th.
Yeah, he was drafted the same year as JJ, I think.
Oh yeah, but he was way later though.
He was way later.
Yeah, and I hate to go to the next game because I got some thoughts on this one.
Yeah, so that's our Colts Vikings.
Yeah, that's Colts Vikings.
Baltimore.
And Baltimore is what it felt like.
I was just gonna say that.
And unfortunately,
are we starting with the Ravens?
No, let's go Browns first because I have I have some crap to say about Ravens.
Deshaun
Honestly,
Watson, the
thi-
Oh,
GOAT.
by the way,
this
KJ. Oh, go ahead.
yeah. Wait, what are you gonna say about KJ?
I was just gonna say KJ Osborne was 5th round pick in 2020.
Oh wow! For some reason, I kept thinking it was
Yeah,
6th or 7th. But all right,
fifth
going back to
round.
Cleveland though. This honestly, they should have scored like 27, but I think they kind of knew the game was in hand, so they didn't really push the tempo. If they really wanted to, I think they would have been able to score. Probably Deshaun Watson's best game, honestly. And,
Yeah.
DPJ.
Not to
yep.
say, I mean, that's not saying much, but
Not saying much, but I think
give him
in the
some
3
respect.
games from
But he's
his
getting better.
yeah, there's definitely
Mhm.
improvement there. I don't know about the human side, but on the field for sure.
Oh,
But DPJ 4 for
Ouch.
31 with a touchdown. He was solid. Amari Cooper, I think, had a hip issue. That's why he wasn't really used that much. And
still
then
decent.
Ryan again, we're going back to what you're saying here. The Nick Chubb issue is getting pretty prevalent
Yeah, it
because
wasn't great.
Yep.
the one thing I realized, and I was thinking about it like yesterday, and I was like, it's not. I'm not so certain the goal line work goes to Chubb anymore. They have a quarterback who's mobile. Like they can use Watson in those scenarios, and
Yep.
so that concerns me, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, it's not going to
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
just like, okay, we're less than 5 from the goal line, give it to Chubb. It's going to be
yeah.
like we have options now.
Like this
Right.
might be the highest we'll ever see Nick Chubb unless he goes somewhere else. I think like I'm starting to have that realization,
Yep.
and that's where I'm concerned in a dynasty perspective.
Right.
Yeah. And rightly so. And that's why, like a couple weeks ago, I said, I think now, before Deshaun Watson started, back then
Trade Chubb.
was Nick
The
Chubb's
window.
prime.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
now it's going to be hard to pick. Sorry.
All right, Josh, go ahead.
Rams
To
just
the Ravens.
picked off Rodgers.
Rams picked off Rodgers.
Yeah.
Oh no. Hold on. Before we do that, I need a score update.
It's
3-0.
0-3.
No, because Ashley's starting Aaron Rodgers.
Oh.
And it's a 2-point
Oh,
lead.
baby.
She has a 2-point lead right now.
Aaron Rodgers
Rodgers
gets
is
negative
gonna
points?
score.
Question mark.
There's a non-zero chance.
Oh, he'll be
I mean, it
fine.
is Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers. He is the princess queen of the NFL.
Oh. And what's worse about that is Lazard just let it go over his head. He didn't even try to go for it.
Of
Yeah, he
course,
deserves it.
Lazard. Lazard went from being the number 1 to the number 2 in a matter of a Christian Watson,
Hey,
one Christian Watson wave.
Stop
What
stop
Christian-
deflecting. Talk about the Ravens, Josh.
All
Stop
right, cool.
deflecting.
All right, cool. I'm gonna say this. I am tired and done talking with the Ravens fan community, to be quite honest with you. Regarding the offense, yes, I understand it looked terrible, and there's a couple things that I feel like need to be said, and I'm going to be the one to actually say it. But all the people keep complaining about scheme this, scheme that. That's not good enough. He's only a good run game coordinator. One, I firmly believe you can win a Super Bowl because of a Greg Roman offense. Granted, yes, I understand the passing schemes are not the greatest thing ever. But personally, for me, if you're not going to, you better have at least one elite thing about you, and that's going to be the run game for Roman. So I've always treated running backs to be his quarterbacks. It's not a QB centric system. The main people who keep like literally like crap talking. I almost said the other word. Will keep crap talking. The offense in itself are quarterbacks. I get it. Like Orlovsky and Steve Young, and the thing is that I get it. Like I get those criticisms. It's not QB centric. I know complain about the schemes, whatever. It's still good enough, and you can even say there's parts of it where it's like, okay, for considering who the Ravens had, too much. I can see that. However, What I'm not going to allow is saying everything is on Greg Roman. Because there has been, and I'm going to keep saying it, from Lamar to Huntley, from Duvernay to Prochet, there has been a cancerous execution issue within the Ravens offense this year. And it's Huntley just not seeing the field correctly. Lamar is too overly aggressive and hyper targets Andrews, and it's a crutch. The receivers don't know how to run option routes correctly, going from Duve to Prochet. And what makes it worse is that the Ravens gave Duvernay and Prochet this is your chance. We believe in you. We're going to go forward with you. It doesn't make sense to not get another person, but we believe in you guys. Backfired. Bateman is out, and so it becomes a double whammy. That's why the offense doesn't look good right now. Here's the crazy part about it: the Ravens left 20 points on the field yesterday. One missed field goal from Tucker. One got blocked. The 4th and goal they ran with Ricard. They should have kicked the field goal, and to make it just get points as much as possible. And then on top of that, and I basically had this is where I fought it. For the love of anyone, Tyler Huntley, why are you throwing the underneath slant when you have a one-on-one with Mark Andrews? And just completely misses it. Browns drive onto the shorter route. Interception, Denzel Ward. I guess my issue right now, I think it's the fan response, especially when it comes to the offense. Like it's not archaic. It's not old. It is literally seeing where the league is going. And if we started this route 3 years ago to where this year they were proven right, you had to run the ball to be more successful, especially in this cover 2 shell. And yet they're going to say, oh, this is the problem. This is the problem. It's the scheme. It's this, it's that. And it's just like, no, you can say I don't like this play call or anything like that. Cool. I really don't care. But you can't just say it's all on Greg Roman, none on Lamar. It's all on Greg Roman, none on the players.
And with that,
and that's it.
Josh is done
And
with his
that's
therapy
time.
session.
Okay.
Whew.
So, yeah.
I needed
was the
that.
I
game,
think that's
folks.
pretty much it.
That was the game, folks.
Yeah. And I say this as wanting Lamar to get paid. And I understand. And I'm not saying keep Greg Roman all the time. Sorry. I had to.
Should.
Yeah. I'm saying Lamar get paid. Greg Roman definitely has run his course. But
J.K.
I
Dobbins
think,
was great. Buffalo, Miami.
Yeah. J.K. is great. So is Josh Allen.
Yeah. Let's go on to the Miami Dolphins and Buffalo Bills game. That was the Saturday night game. I only got to watch a little bit of this one.
This one was a fantastic game.
It was a
I
great
love
game.
this game.
Ryan, what was that about? You're sorry you didn't start Raheem Mostert when we told you to start Latavius Murray and Latavius Murray went off? But we're not ready to have that conversation.
I know.
But that's none of my business.
I know.
But that's none of my business.
Guess what?
That's none of my business.
That happens, Mr. What? 4-9 or 4-10?
Okay, I gave you the right fantasy advice. You're going to talk trash about the fantasy gods ripping cocaine lines and screwing over my team.
Right.
Jonathan Taylor's out for the week.
Honestly, that's kind of
God.
My Lord.
Let's talk about the stat line real quick. Let's talk about the stat line real quick for Jalen Waddle. 3 receptions for 114 yards and a touchdown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big baller stat.
3 receptions.
I think honestly, ridiculous. I'm more impressed with the fact that Tua was able to make some deeper throws. And they had a couple of scheme beaters for the Bills defense. And I'm like, ooh, y'all are going to I'm intrigued. Because Waddle was wide open on his touchdown. And then the Tyreek Hill one, if I'm not mistaken, was just him winning one-on-one there. They ran the ball way better than I thought. And if there's any way for you to beat Buffalo, it's running the ball.
It's running the ball. Yeah, so, controlling the time.
Yeah.
On the clock.
So I am impressed and wondering, ooh, how's this is going to happen? I mean, the running backs weren't too bad, but they were kind of on the Bills side.
Yeah.
But just kind of my last point on the Dolphins, they're going to be one tough out.
Yeah. They are. They really are. But Tyreek put up good numbers, really good numbers. 9 receptions, 29 yards, and a touchdown.
And I mean, is this enough for Tyreek to overtake wide receiver one?
No,
It is not.
no,
Oof! Wow.
no,
It
not
is
with
not.
JJ's day that he had.
Oh, it's JJ's. Yeah, JJ's back one. I kept thinking it was Diggs
JJ's
for
wide
some
receiver one.
reason.
But on to Buffalo. Josh Allen had a day.
Yeah. 25 of 40, 304, 4, and then 10 for 77.
Leading rusher and passer.
Yeah.
Would have been the leading receiver too if they'd given him a
Let's look.
chance.
So JJ now leads by 100, almost 100 yards. I think it was 90.
And a really good performance from
94
Dawson
yards.
Knox. 8 for
Yeah.
6 for 98 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the targets is what impressed me, but if there was anything out of the offense, they were like, I think that the Dolphins were like, of all people to stop, it has to be Diggs. And I think they went for there, but I'm trying to think of the Miami linebackers, and minus their edges, I don't think of a one who can cover Dawson Knox very well. So I wonder if you messing with the linebackers and within that coverage is kind of like the Minnesota problem when Tony Pollard played them. I think that's maybe how you attack the Miami defense.
Yeah,
for sure.
I will say Josh Allen got sacked way more than I thought he would in this game.
Yeah.
Or
2
like
for 8?
Yeah, they had 2 sacks, but I know they had 2 forced fumbles. I guess maybe a lot of it were runs, but I was like, man, Josh is getting hit quite a bit.
Yeah. But that was the game.
that's the Dolphins game.
All right, first Sunday game.
Yeah. Our first Sunday game, the Eagles versus the Chicago Bears. This was a nail biter.
Yeah.
A nail biter that has probably screwed over so many fantasy teams.
Yes. Ethan, why don't you go ahead and take this?
Which side do you want to start with?
Let's start with the Eagles.
Dude, Eagles started really slow. I mean, Hurts picked it up later, ended at 315, but the 2 interceptions really hurt. Also led the team in rushing, so sorry anyone who had Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
But I hope you had AJ Brown, because oh my God, 16 targets.
Yeah, good Lord.
Yeah, really.
I mean, it's just a great game for them.
Yeah, that's insane. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Goddard comes back next week or the week after.
Does he? I thought he was out.
No, he's not out. He's coming back soon.
He was out for the season.
He might be in the 21-day window. I wonder if that's it.
It might be the window to bring him back, but I don't know if they're actually going to bring him back.
No, it's probably going to be hey, you're active, but we're not playing you.
Yeah.
I mean, if AJ Brown and Devontae Smith are going to play that good, yeah.
Yeah. So I will say, man, Devontae Smith is becoming a must start at this point in the year.
Really quickly,
for sure.
Is Jalen Hurts out?
There's a what
happens to Philly?
Let's talk. So let's talk. Yeah. So let's talk about how you could have gotten screwed this game. I mean, AJ Brown going off, Devontae Smith going off, the Jalen Hurts injury, and this is going to be true in 2 of my leagues this year. One of them, I'm going to have a first round bye. I might get lucky. The other one, I just had my first round bye, and I am going into the semifinals without Jalen Hurts, most likely.
Ooh.
So, yeah, this is panic mode. Just straight panic mode.
Yeah. But on the other end, Justin Fields nearly had the run of the year.
Oh, that run was insane.
Nearly. That was crazy good.
And David Montgomery is disgusting and is wasted in Chicago.
Well, I'll even say I'll play David. I play David Montgomery next week too. I don't care that it's Buffalo.
Khalil
David
Herbert,
Montgomery
I
might have a
don't think
sneaky good game.
I
Khalil
don't think he
Herbert is back.
does. I don't think he does, just because he's been thriving since Justin Fields got his feet under him, pretty much, and since Khalil Herbert has been out. But other than that, he wasn't great. He was
He's a
playable.
good running back.
He's
Well,
good.
He's such a good
He's
running back.
playable. I mean, he's not amazing, but I mean,
What do you mean?
good.
He's a great
Yeah,
running back.
look, he was solid, and for what they needed him to do, yeah, like I understand statistically it's not good, but there's only one way to beat the Bills,
statistically,
and that is to keep Josh Allen off the field. I mean, that's what we said. That's why we were surprised with how Mozart is. Like
That's why we said
Mostert,
start the Mostert because that's how you win. And it was also the same thing for the Eagles of why you need to start Monty. But
and the Bears right now are the best running team in the league. Dare I say?
well,
no,
It's getting.
I don't think they're number one.
They're
It's
top
not
five at least. They're top
It's
five.
because of
they're
Justin
top five.
Fields. That's why.
I don't know who is number one.
Probably
not
Phil.
because of
Probably
David
Philly.
Montgomery.
It's probably Philly.
Yeah, with Miles Sanders and Jalen Hurts. Yeah,
But I mean, I'm going to start David Montgomery next week.
I mean, I am too, but I don't feel good about it. I feel like a very, very dirty.
I have him in one of my leagues, and I
think
I don't know. I don't know. Oh man.
All right, let's look at NFL offense rushing stats.
Yeah.
Funny enough, with how crazy
let's
the year has been for David Montgomery.
Do rushing. Yeah, they are the best rushing team.
It's the Bears, then the Ravens, then the Falcons.
Oh yeah.
That sounds about right. To be quite honest with you, that sounds right.
Yeah, and they are ahead by like 600 points or 600 yards. Sorry, not points.
Yeah. Well, they're 300 yards away from the Ravens, and and about 300 as well from the Falcons.
Okay. Wow. That's more than a game-ish.
Well, on the Dolphins, no.
But way more touchdowns. 4 more touchdowns than the Ravens, and 3 more than the Falcons rushing touchdowns.
That's crazy.
Holy crap! The Eagles have 30 rushing touchdowns?
Yeah, it's absurd this year. Jalen Hurts has 11.
What?
Yeah, Jalen Hurts has 11 rushing. That's why. Look, I love Hurts.
Are we living in?
I love Hurts. I love the Eagles, but you guys cannot expect this to happen next year.
Yeah.
Well,
this is the antithesis of last season when Miles Sanders
just look at this week alone. Jalen Hurts had 3 rushing touchdowns,
but through 2 interceptions and no passing touchdowns. That's kind of the hilarity of it.
All right. Anyways, back to it. Back to Sunday games. Who do we got next? That was the game.
Yeah.
The Chicagies almost took the dub.
Yeah. Almost. They were very close. So let's go ahead and go to the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints game.
All right. And considering we have done Ridder Watch.
All right, everyone be silent. Everyone be silent. Let me do my thing.
Ridder sucks.
That is not really what happened. This game was really interesting. So if you didn't know pregame, Dean Pease left in pregame warmups. He was taken to the hospital for an injury that happened in pregame warmups. So they started this game without Dean Pease, and you could tell 14 up in the first quarter. They were down 0-14. And it was just one of those like, oh crap, like the person we rely on isn't here. And we also have a rookie quarterback who's not in rhythm. Because I mean, his first drive, he didn't look good. He made a lot of rookie mistakes. But I will say, like, towards the end of the game, if Drake London didn't fumble that ball inside of the red zone, this is probably a win for Atlanta. The way that Desmond Ridder was looking towards the end of the game. So, I mean, Arthur Smith kind of said it in the post-game wrap up in interview, but he's like, yeah, like I I like what Desmond Ridder showed. Like, yeah, he came out slow and they didn't protect him. I mean, they gave up 4 sacks, and part of that was him. I'd say at least 2 or 3 of those were Ridder, but 2 of them, they could have blocked a little bit better. But I mean, overall, it was a great first performance for him, I think. I think it definitely could have been worse. I'm glad he didn't throw a pick or fumble the ball or anything like that. But I was happy with what I saw from Ritter. I was more happy about what I saw from Drake London and Tyler Algier, though.
Yeah, so I actually want to kind of hit on Algier and London
He's
first before
disgusting.
I circle back to Ritter. I think you have to be happy about Drake London now. I mean, 11 targets, great, but 7 for 70. Yes, he lost the fumble, but you were hoping for someone to at least somehow get the ball to Drake
Target
London.
him.
So there's that aspect. Algier, welcome. We've been hoping to find this from you, and it took 14, 15 weeks, but we got it
But
finally.
he is so
Finally.
good. Oh my God.
And he's the
so
clear,
good.
but he's the clear running back one now. Like,
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
rid of Patterson, to be quite honest with you. But
Yeah.
I agree.
It's time to take him back. I love Cordero. I love Cordero Patterson. But with what we just saw from Algier, take him back.
well, and even on top of that, Caleb Huntley's out. It's Algier's backfield.
Yep.
But going back
The
to
only
Ritter,
reason
yeah.
the only reason the Atlanta backfield is not fantasy relevant is because all 3 of them, Algier, Patterson, and Huntley, have all been splitting it 3 ways.
Yeah.
And they're not fantasy relevant if they do that.
So how relevant is it now that one of the 3 is out?
Algier is an
More.
RB1.
Well, I wouldn't say that. More relevant.
No.
But
Tyler
if
Algier is
Cordero
not.
Patterson,
Period.
gets if Cordero Patterson leaves the situation, then Tyler Algier becomes an RB1.
No.
Well, because
I think Algier becomes a high-end RB2, or is a high-end RB2 now, but he does have a floor. So
I see what you're saying. I was saying RB1 on the team, not RB1 in general when it comes to fantasy.
yeah,
RB1 in
But-
fantasy.
no.
Wow. All right. So Ethan's riding high. I like the enthusiasm.
That's why I said.
Algier is
I
a
That's
think
why I
I-
said no.
I
League
think
winner.
my biggest surprise, honestly, when I look at Cordero Patterson this year, like he has only had 19 targets all year. Like that's odd. Like legitimately odd. He had a very nice 69 targets last year. And now it's 19. You're telling me why is it 50 targets less? I think that utilization has been very weird. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them try that next game, which is against
It's
Baltimore.
Mariota, though. That's what it is. It
That's
is
true.
Mariota.
That's a fair point.
Like,
But
put the ball in Mariota's hand? No.
going back to Ritter, I think a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh God, this is awful! Like this is terrible." Just give him the rest of the games.
Well,
I
one
think that-
one
that's
one
what's gonna
thing really
happen.
quickly, and then I want you guys to continue with that thought. But that was his first ever NFL game against a top 5 NFL defense.
I wouldn't say New Orleans is top 5, but
New Orleans is a
top.
top
They're
5
top
NFL.
half. They're top half. I'll give you top half.
The minimum top 10, I would say, New Orleans defense.
Yeah, not this year, but the thing is, they're not a terrible defense. They're not a terrible defense. I'll say that. And like the fact is, Ritter didn't have a Nathan Peterman game, which makes me feel okay, because Nathan Peterman's career was sealed with 5 interceptions in the first half. But with Ritter again, I mean, New Orleans divisional matchup, the Ravens next week. I don't know who the 2 after that are. It is Arizona and Tampa. I think Arizona is going to be one of he needs to have a special game against Arizona, I think, to be whether or not he's the guy or not.
And that's kind of how the script seems to be of like going up against Baltimore and Arizona when they're kind of down and out. of like, hey, how good are you?
Yeah. But yeah, Arthur Smith gonna Arthur Smith, and they're gonna run the ball. And we'll see how Desmond Ridder adjusts more to the league.
And let's see if Drake London practices all week of two hands on the football.
All right.
Alrighty. And that was Falcons Saints. Ryan, what do we got next?
All right. So our next matchup, we got Detroit Lions versus the New York Jets.
Ooh. Detroit was one
And
and six. Now they are 7-7.
I gotta say, yeah,
Let's talk
I
about
gotta
it.
say, like Detroit beating the Vikings and then beating the Jets, that they're a pretty solid team
So
now. Like
they
really struggled at the beginning of the year,
they have
and
to win out to make playoffs, but
yeah,
They're going to.
I think they are.
but they could be a pretty big threat in the playoffs. They
Can
could
I-
be an
Yo,
upset
hold
threat.
on. D Swizzle, 8 attempts, 52 yards.
No, the bigger thing, 9 targets?
D Swizzle?
D Swizzle.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, Ethan,
9
do you
targets.
realize that you just created the perfect nickname for DeAndre Swift?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah,
That's why I get paid the big bucks.
D Swizzle is amazing. So,
D Swizzle.
okay,
All right.
I want you to do a vibe check on D Swizzle. Like, how are you guys feeling
I
about
like
him?
him. I'm liking him to end the year.
Because I think he's RB2 at best now with
Yes,
dynasty
that is
value.
true.
At best,
like-
yeah.
Yeah, he's like use him at your discretion, but I would use him.
Yeah, and what I still
Yeah.
don't get is definitely he's being utilized the most, and Jamal Williams still had the most carries.
Mm-hmm.
Which, see, this is what I don't get, because this is now like the second or third time where you give Jamal Williams the bulk of the carries, but Swift still looks way better.
But I
I
think
think he's
it's
getting.
it's getting what?
I think he's getting healthier.
Yeah, it's the Antonio Gibson thing. Like I treat it exactly the same. Well, they're taking less pressure off of Antonio Gibson being a workhorse guy, so they're going to have some people there to take the reps. Sorry, Jamal Williams is essentially Brian Robinson.
Gross.
A touchdown dependent.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Gross.
that's spot on. I hope DeAndre Swift starts getting more carries. Makes him a little more fantasy relevant, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he'll get it at least this year.
And then,
So
I just don't know if he'll get it. Period. I think this is what makes me so fascinated with next year is how are they going to treat Swift and Antonio Gibson? I'm saying that for the Commanders and for the Lions in general. If they go, hey, we're going to slightly give you the workhorse load, I think they're going to be major trade for candidates next year.
Yeah.
But if it's going to be like how it's been the last few weeks, ooh, Alex, I'm so sorry.
yeah, you kind of take an L on
Which
that.
speaking of which, hold on, let me do a score check, everybody.
All in attendance, behold the sun god.
Yep, the sun god is shining.
Yes,
and we are in the second quarter, near the end of the second half. Christian Watson has 0 points, which means Alex is still down 32 points to Paul, giving us our an amazing opportunity. Ethan, you know what you got to do next week.
I know I need to beat him.
You gotta make it.
I know what I need to do, but
trophy.
I don't know if I'm strong enough to do it.
Ethan, you got this. You got this, Ethan.
I'm glad someone believes in me.
You
Thank
have
you.
to win.
That's the first time in my
All
life.
right.
Okay.
All right.
I'll try.
So
on to the Jets. Zach Wilson, 317 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Okay, so
Garrett
I think
Wilson.
He was with his mom's friend before the game. Let's talk
Oh
about it.
my. Okay, so honestly, let's talk about the QB Wilson first, and then the volleyball Wilson, and then the receiver Wilson.
Oh,
gotcha.
So y'all don't know Castaway like that?
I do.
Thank you,
I
Ryan.
got that
Thank you, Ryan.
reference.
Ryan's your
Ryan.
second wife. He gets you. I don't remember.
Yeah. So, okay, how do you guys feel about Zach Wilson after seeing this game? Because we kind of realized, and you, we didn't get to do a dream lineups today this past week, but
Yeah.
we all texted and said this is do or die for Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Did he
And he
do
did.
or did he die?
He
I
did
think
he did the
did.
thing. Yeah, he did the
He
thing.
did the thing. Yeah, he did
Well,
a thing.
okay. Jaguars next week. I feel good about Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I'm
Interesting.
tempted to
Okay.
start Zach Wilson next week.
I think I'll put him in over Brady this week.
I would put him on over
Oh,
Brady.
I would
Yeah.
do it too.
Yeah. Brady hasn't looked good all year. But we'll
Now
get
I'm
to
gonna
that.
make sure I like text his mom's friend to see him before the game, just to like absolutely solidify that he's gonna go off. But other than that, yeah, I feel good about him.
Okay.
All right, let's get. All right, let's just. All right, you know what? We'll skip Castaway and Tom Hanks. Let's just go straight to Garrett Wilson here. I mean, not the greatest of
Wide
Yeah,
stats.
but
receiver
98.
one.
Yours.
Yeah, definitely
Garrett
wide receiver
Wilson.
one.
Well, he's oh, okay, you mean on the team. I thought you meant like for rookies.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, no, he's still behind. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, but he had a pretty good game. I mean, lacking getting into the end zone, but
still
good
solid.
game.
I think you
Yeah.
needed to see him have a decent game with Zach Wilson.
Mm-hmm. And it's also
Yeah.
good seeing Elijah Moore getting into it. You know, he's
Yes,
kinda
signs
gotten
of
some
life.
Yeah,
targets
signs. Yeah, welcome
over the
back
last
to the
couple
land of the
weeks.
living.
They have a pulse, everyone.
Yeah, let's actually look at Elijah Moore.
7 targets?
Yeah, 7 targets
Yeah,
for
so he
51,
has-
1 carry for
He has
3.
had more than 6 targets in the last 3 games.
And you want to know
all in
the
last
big
3.
reason that he's kind of out here is that Corey Davis isn't out here. So I can totally see the Jets moving on from Corey Davis. And
Definitely could.
found the Ravens call. You better call about that one. But
And no, that's a bummer because Corey Davis did real good things last year.
Yeah.
Or well, at the beginning of this year. Sorry, at the beginning of this year.
On to the next one. Is that the game?
That's pretty much it.
The only thing I had to say is
about?
do not chase Uzoma. Please don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't go
do
through
it.
the pain.
Don't do it.
Is it KC?
No, our next one is Pittsburgh Steelers and Carolina Panthers.
Oh, that is right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to
NFC
talk
South
about
is
here.
still alive. Desmond Ridder to the playoffs.
I swear. Do I want any NFC South team to make the playoffs this season?
Yes, you want Desmond Ridder to make the playoffs.
None of them. Not a single one.
Sorry, Ryan. We can't all be fans. Mr. is still trash. I'm glad I said it to start the year.
Let me add Deontay Johnson. Where has this been all year?
Actually,
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
targets?
He caught all 10 targets. That's insane.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I mean, him and Mitch Trubisky kind of have a little bit of a love affair going on.
So. Yeah,
and no, don't tell Pickens.
And then Najee Harris going back to Najee Harris things, honestly.
Yeah,
and I love
pretty
that
good.
because I just picked him up this year. I wasn't expecting for him to do anything this year.
Oh yeah, in my league.
Yeah,
I mean,
so I'm glad I picked him up.
Man,
yeah, but you lost the playoffs.
Here's the crazy thing with Najee this year is just, man, you were abandoned ship by week 6. And since then, I mean, 15 against Tampa, 14 against Miami, 13 then against Philly, and then 12, 32, 12, 13, 15, 19. Like he actually hasn't killed you as bad as I originally thought. He's the RB15 right now.
It's like a low end RB2.
Yeah, he should not have been a first round pick. And I think if you picked him as a first round pick, that's on you. But he hasn't killed you. It's not been like a Jonathan Taylor situation, unfortunately. It hasn't been like Dalvin Cook for most of the year. But I think it's encouraging considering the offense is in transition.
Yeah. And I made this trade earlier this year in early October. And looking back at it now, I think I got a real nice trade out of it.
Who'd you give up?
Yeah, you did good.
I gave up Devontae Adams and DeAndre Swift for CeeDee Lamb and Najee Harris.
Ooh,
and this is a dynasty league.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So I'm like, CeeDee Lamb is young. He's in a
But
good,
in that
explosive
player's
offense.
defense, he's trying to win it all this year,
Of
and he
course,
did
yeah.
get the first bye.
Well, and he thought that Swift, that was back when Swift was
The guy.
still hot and the guy.
Swift is the guy from Spy Kids 3. The guy. And then he turns out that he really wasn't.
He actually kind of sucks and you don't like him.
Yeah.
Anyways, on to the next
Yeah, and
game.
he's not
Oh, wait,
worth
no, the
Tony
Panthers.
Pollard and the first overall pick.
No, but he helped you out on the on your way to your destination.
Here we go. Panthers. If you had DJ Moore, that's really the only thing we're talking about. Other than
And
that,
if you had Donta Foreman,
he killed your fantasy hopes.
eat it. You lost in the playoffs.
First round.
To be fair, we told you not to play Deontay Foreman.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand, but I still did it, and that was my fault.
And that's why we have the tagline, Ryan.
I'm sorry, Mr. 4-10.
Hey, I'm sorry. Who told you to play Latavius Murray?
To be fair, Ryan, Ethan's gone to one more championship round than you have.
Excuse me? No. When?
Considering our Dynasty League.
Okay, our Dynasty League, yes. But no. Okay.
We bring up our trash talk just from this Dynasty League.
Listen,
okay.
Ryan,
from this Dynasty League. All right.
I can't do anything about my team self-imploding. I can play the best players I can, but if they're all like limp noodles and don't want to win and want to just be a bunch of losers for the rest of their life, I can't help that. I can't help being the bench warmers.
Ethan's team, unfortunately,
and I can't help my opponent
starting Devontae
having four people who score more than 31 points.
Yeah, but you could have started Latavius Murray over Devontae.
And could have given yourself a chance to at least lose the Cam Akers.
Okay, so that is the frustration with my team. This is the frustration that I've had all year that I've struggled with, is that I have a ton of mediocre RB2s that are have a ceiling of an RB1. A lot of them do. Like, I've got Tony Pollard, who now is an RB1, I believe. I've got Ramondre Stevenson. I've got Donta Foreman, Latavius Murray, Raheem Mostert, and Devin Singletary. I've got 4 running backs who are practically interchangeable throughout the year, and I've struggled with who to start when. So they've all been a toss-up for me every single week. So honestly, I've just been putting in what I think is the best lineup.
To strictly just oppose you at this point.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mozart, I give you a pass on because I don't think any of us thought that Mozart would have the success. Yeah. You didn't think he'd have that success. Yeah. I mean, granted, we didn't think we were surprised that there was a game.
Oh my gosh.
What happened?
Packers just took the kickoff to the Rams 35-yard line.
Oh, wow.
All right, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, there's a flag. Never mind. There's a flag.
Oh, okay. And Singletary, we've been saying for a few weeks now, it's been up and down. Cook is getting more reps. So there, boom, Mozart, Singletary out. And then if you're going to say Latavius over Deonta Foreman, that one we said the matchup was Latavius Murray.
See, and mistakes were made, obviously.
Exits, playoffs were exited.
All right, on to the next game. On to the next game. Ryan lost again.
But I don't
first
think
round of the
I would have won.
Nothing is.
I don't think I would have won.
No, I think you would have given yourself a chance. So, like, say if you took out Foreman, you put in Latavius Murray. Let's think of it that way.
Look,
that gives you 20. You would have an 8-point lead going into this week. So as long as here's what's going to kill you: if Cam Akers gets another 15 yards. Yeah. Then you lose. Then it goes, you know what? Either way, I can feel
he's
better.
Got a whole other half to play. So honestly,
it's going to be hilarious.
I don't think I would.
Kansas City.
No, We gotta
We're
revel.
talking fantasy football.
Ethan,
all
we have
right?
to revel in this because
Yeah.
Ryan's MO now is first round exits.
Oh man.
It is. At least I'm not Alex.
Oh god.
Okay,
Oh,
let's,
Who's in the
There we go. There
toilet
we go.
bowl the
oh
last
my god.
There
Oh
we go.
no.
year.
Yes,
Jones.
dude, we have okay. Honestly, do you? All right, that's it.
At least I
am
didn't go
doing.
from. Hold on. At least I didn't go from being in the championship to being in the toilet bowl. All
Why do you
right.
keep trying to make this about me? All right. I can't control everything that happens.
If
we have-
I go from a first round exit to first round exit, at least I'm making the playoffs. So
Yeah, but that's not saying anything. I'd rather be in the toilet bowl than have a first round exit in the playoffs.
To be
Yeah.
fair, like
Well,
look,
I mean this year, this was not my team's fault that
no,
I'm out.
like I think what's
So-
going to upset you even more is that of all matchups, Phillips' team had
I
to
lost
go
to
off.
Philip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the thing is, and what makes it worse is both Ashley and Jacob's matchup. Neither of them have touched 140, so you have to take it from that perspective and go, bad matchup, bad time.
It's frustrating.
Yeah,
it's really frustrating.
I understand. Yeah,
Well, and
And
here's the thing
watch.
too. I was 5 points away from beating Philip and Jacob, and I would have been in the playoffs.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's been the thing with you. Like your luck this year is rivaled
Oh my god, it's
mine
been
from
so
last
bad.
year.
It's
like
been
you had
so bad. every
dude,
week.
you had to laugh. You have to laugh about it at some
You have
point.
lost 8
Yeah.
games in a row.
Yep.
In a
I'm-
row. And one of them
I'm
was by
pulling
like
an anti Paul.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
instead of going on a streak, you were going on I don't know, a slide, I guess. But
I'm
no,
sliding.
he was stuck on the slide, so he had to crawl his
he was
way
stuck
down.
on the slide. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He
I'm
had to
stuck on the
scoot his
slide,
way
and
down the
all the
slide.
skin was ripped off my back, and it's also melting
No,
off.
and
Yeah, it's a
instead of
metal
a slide,
slide.
yeah,
Yeah.
instead of a slide, it was a cheese
And
grater.
I'm being bullied by a bunch of 9-year-olds because I'm at the park by myself and I'm injured and I have no business being on this metal slide. And like I don't
Okay.
have kids here, so I should not be at the park.
Ethan, this sounds like a personal experience.
Okay, let's see. Yeah. I think you got a little too deep there, buddy.
Oh,
All right.
sorry, too deep. Let's talk about
So
Kansas City
let's-
then. How about that?
Yeah,
Uh,
let's go on. No, let's go on to the Cowboys
Speaking
Yeah.
of a metal
and
slide,
the Jags. Yeah,
Oh,
speaking
God.
of slide.
Speaking of
the
pain,
Dallas Cowboys
are we still them boys?
lost to the Jaguars. Yeah, where's all the Cowboys fans? Come on, I want to hear them.
oh,
I want to hear them.
We them boys.
Ryan, this
We
is
the
as close to a sports example as taking on the Beyonce hive.
Yeah.
The Beehive. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But
Rogers is
Are they
running
still
for his
them boys?
life out there.
run,
Rogers,
run!
he was tiptoeing like he was dancing. Oh my gosh.
Are we
hilarious. Sorry.
talking Cowboys first?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go Cowboys
go ahead and
first.
talk Cowboys.
Dak Prescott lost another game.
Yeah, this is becoming a problem, and I actually do want to ask you guys. I'm not too certain about Dak Prescott being a fantasy viable option.
No,
Huh.
I'm not taking him personally.
And the only
Okay.
reason I'm saying this is because it's a really good floor. It's a really good floor. But that ceiling is very close to the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's got the production, but he makes a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Bad mistakes. So
But Ayo CD Lamb?
yeah.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb put up a good show. I think this is so weird seeing this, but I think it's another Ramondre Stevenson and
Damian Harris situation.
Damian Harris
Oh,
situation.
you're talking about Pollard
with
and
Tony
Zeke?
Pollard and
Yeah.
Zeke.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
if there's anything that's going to keep Dallas
yeah.
in any game, it's going to be Pollard and Zeke.
it
And
is.
then they
Yeah.
know, like Dak, it's like, all right, you got to make the throw.
And then he's like, okay, pick.
6. But
Yeah.
I would say the only issue I have with Zeke right now, it's just so touchdown like dependent. And then you play Philly next week. So if Jordan Davis is out on the field, don't start Zeke. And then Tennessee, then Washington right after. He has a tougher road to go. Pollard at least has been getting targets.
Yeah.
It's been close to 3 to 5, 5 to 6 targets per game. But I think that that balance has been very interesting, which has put Zeke at running back 18, and and then Tony Pollard's RB7. It's very much Javonte, Melvin Gordon-ish.
Yeah, a little bit.
And
but I think something's got to happen for Tony Pollard. Like
he hasn't been able to just bust a long touchdown in a while. It feels like he hasn't done much, but he's done really well. He just played some good defenses recently.
Mm-hmm. So I have a lot of expectations for him next year and in the coming couple of years, because I think Pollard is. I mean, this was kind of his breakout year.
Yeah,
him and Ramondre kind of broke out this year, and I have high expectations for him next year.
Yeah,
I think they're both going to be
RB1. I mean, we'll talk about Ramondre in the later games, but there is development today that we do have to talk about.
Yeah, and we can talk about that later. But one thing I want to talk about, who this is his breakout year, Trevor Lawrence. 4
He's done it again,
TDs
ladies and
300 yards.
Ooh, this is a good example of sticking with your quarterback.
Really quickly, I hope he had Zay Jones. I really hope he had Zay Jones.
Hey, we said Zay Jones was a now or never player. Now he might just be a forever and never player.
And he screwed me in the playoffs, man. That was horrible.
He's doing it. I'm so proud of you.
Dude, you want to talk about all right, let's go. Let's start Trevor Lawrence since the bye week. Baltimore 24, 17 against Detroit, 35 against Tennessee. That's been since the bye, and then Dallas is another 30 when it comes to points. But touchdowns of 3, 1, 3, and 4. He has been on fire. Like, this is what you imagined with Trevor Lawrence.
Wow. Yeah.
And QB6 on the year.
Whoa.
So
actually impressive.
My question to you guys: where are you drafting Trevor Lawrence next year?
3rd round.
Ooh.
Oh no, maybe 4th. Nah, 4th. Sorry.
I was like, that's real high, man.
I will not criticize anybody for going 4th round on Trevor Lawrence, especially getting Calvin Ridley next year.
Yeah. You know where Trevor Lawrence is going for me? On my bench until somebody pays top dollar for him.
All right, Ryan.
Okay.
You can name my firstborn son.
Okay.
All right. Let me do one between you guys.
I'm gonna name him Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, Trevor Lawrence.
Lawrence Traver.
No, I'm not getting married
Trevor
to
Lawrence,
Josh.
Oh, good point. Good Good. Oh, that's right. Sorry.
What's wrong with you?
It took me a second to realize what I did.
Me and Ryan are not having a baby.
No.
Oh, jeez.
Right?
Oh, jeez. I am. It's not my day today. All right.
Travis Etienne.
Guys, hear me out.
Travis Etienne.
Hear me out.
Had a game.
Hear me out here. Okay, guys. Hear
touchdowns.
No, go ahead.
I am going to create a hypothetical trade between y'all.
Okay.
Would you give up Trevor Lawrence for Austin Eckler and the future first?
Whoa.
You have my attention.
Whoa.
Because Trevor Lawrence is on that kind of ceiling right now, to where he's going to be competing for QB1. And then Eckler maybe has 2 to 3 years left of elite running back play.
And you're in that window.
And I'm in that window.
And on top of that, Ethan gets the QB of the future. Honestly, the QB of now, we're going to be quite honest with you.
The QB of the future, which happens to be now.
Ethan, that might be the title of the episode. This and metal slides apparently, but
that's what I'm.
but yeah,
A
would
QB, a QB of the future happens to be now.
I don't
in metal
mind being
slides.
your
That's the
trade
name.
mediator here
Okay.
because we have to talk about because in Ryan's situation, he's stuck with Joe Burrow. And I say that in the greatest way possible because he wants to have the stack, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, if you know that, you don't have to just throw the entire like kitchen sink for Trevor Lawrence as much as Ryan would love to. It's because you know that no matter what happens, he's not playing Lawrence. And because of that, you can actually get a good steal. Ethan, you need just a top quarterback. Like you would not have to worry about quarterback for the next 10 years with Lawrence. And I understand it means giving up Eccles, but you have JT, and we know JT is going to come back to form next year.
But who do I have beyond JT?
That's for you to decide. I think that should just be the foundation of the deal.
I do have the church. I do have the church.
You do have the church because you get an interesting stack there.
The problem with this is I'm kind of set at running back right now.
Are you?
Because
you've just talked about how you have four mediocre running backs and you have no one,
and you have no one that you can start. Javonte Williams in my IR right now. Now I know I won't get him until mid-season next year.
Okay, but running backs coming off of
ACLs. And running backs are the hardest position to come back from an ACL.
But I also have Tony Pollard and Ramondre Stevenson. And like I still have Latavius Murray for Javonte Williams.
Well,
yeah, but Latavius is not going to be back next year.
True.
Yeah.
But I also have 2 first-round picks this year that I can use.
Jesus Christ.
To find somebody. So
I forgot.
I'm not that desperate for a running back. What I am desperate for, I would like to get another wide receiver. Now I know that's being greedy, or a tight end.
I mean,
because I have hits, but he didn't really do anything this year, and I know it was probably because
Kelsey for Pitts in the first. You're higher first.
No.
All right.
No.
So
I'm not.
So what are you trying to say, Ryan?
First and you
say you want a wide receiver, so get to the point.
I don't think you have a wide receiver that I want.
Ooh, I will beg to differ on that one.
Yeah.
Because
Metcalf? No. Godwin? No.
But no, I will tell you, my sneaky suspicion right now is Tampa blows it up. And financially, they sold out for last year, didn't get it. I would not be surprised if Evans and Godwin are on different teams next year.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so that's
I leave you two now to figure that out.
I'll leave it open. I'll think about it. But I kind of want to field some offers in the off season. So if you have an offer, I'll put them on the trade block whenever I'm ready. But I'll be fielding offers to anybody.
Hint, he wants Fields. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
No, Roto trade would be like
big
30
episode.
Yeah, well, Roto World says Ford first.
I will give you $3. So Travis Etienne.
He did first
well. Didn't get a touchdown.
Yeah, he didn't get a touchdown, but
that's it though.
Everything else did.
I mean, 100 yards.
He's been getting vultured at the goal line the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
A little bit.
F you, Zay Jones. Arizona, Denver.
Okay.
Is that how we're gonna end with Zay Jones? Just
Actually, I think we're gonna
Yes.
go to Chiefs Texans.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, finally, Jesus. I've been asking for it for
Yes,
like
Chiefs
8 times.
Texans. So
Mahomes is Mahomes.
Patty Mahomes.
Mahomes killed me
36
against
for
Mikhail this week
41 is
This was
insane.
another nail biter.
Yeah, can someone tell me how on earth Houston kept it close?
because Houston is that good. Hashtag Rex said, hashtag can't stop, won't stop.
Rex had with 2 of 4 targets.
Yeah. Numbers are just made up. All right.
Hey, Jared McKinnon
Yeah.
becoming Charkandrick West reincarnated the last couple weeks.
Yeah, really. He
Pacheco good
showed
again
up.
and
He
getting
won
vultured.
me one game
Yeah.
this week because I decided to start him.
But what about this? This is ridiculous. All right. Travis Kelce, 10 for 10, 105 yards. All right.
Yeah.
That's impressive in its own right. Juju Smith-Schuster, 10 for 10 for 88. But it doesn't stop there. Jerick McKinnon, 8 for 8 for 70 and a touchdown.
Yeah.
And you think, no way. Noah Gray, 3 for 3 for 31. Like, that is wild.
Yeah.
Accuracy.
It's called they are training up receivers very well. And Mahomes is that dude and probably should be MVP this year.
Yeah.
Maybe Hurt. The only issue I'm saying
It's
this
Mahomes or
with the
Hurts.
idea that Hurts will be out next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Hurts is out next week, it's Mahomes. If Hurts plays,
and
then
Mahomes is leading the league by like 400 yards or 400 or 500 yards.
Yeah, Mahomes is just the best
in
this
passing.
year. You know, it's just
Mahomes has been
kind of built different.
Honestly, he's kind of been quietly leading the league. Like I don't know. I haven't seen a whole lot of huge plays from him or
well, I mean, that's
anything
also
like
how
that.
they've built the offense because now they have like MVS and then they have Juju, they have Tony, they have, but
it's really just been him picking apart these defenses.
Yeah, it's they literally said, "Hey, you're good enough to where if we had to skip some money here, you could make it work. We're still going to give you Kelce because Kelce is Kelce."
And it's worked.
Yeah. This is the Kansas City Chiefs are literally what the Ravens want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, and with that being said, the Houston Texans, Davis freaking Mills.
How did they even keep up? I'm looking at these stat lines.
Davis freaking Mills,
man. What the crap? How did they even do this?
How did all right. So Houston Texans
turnovers and Davis Mills.
Yeah, they had 2 fumble recoveries. Yeah. Fairbairn only had 1 field goal, but 3 extra points. Who scored? Aiken scored. Not Chris Moore.
Tegan.
Davis Mills rushed 1, and then Aikens and Cotoriano.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, I see it.
That's crazy. Like that is a.
They were one pass game away from beating the Kansas City Chiefs.
And unfortunately, it was just a bad interception.
Royce Freeman, of all people, Royce Freeman.
Well, Damian Pierce is
Mills, and Chris Moore, somebody who's a veteran in this league, who's been in here for what I think it was like 6 years
at least. Yeah,
all of these guys except for Davis Mills, are like veterans.
This is the most ragtag of ragtag
that wouldn't start.
Well, it's Amari Rodgers too. Amari Rodgers is young.
Yeah, but like wouldn't start on any other roster.
Oh god,
they're all like being hodgepodge together and like.
I mean, that's the thing.
We're making this work.
Houston has the number 1 pick as of right now, which they have the number 1 pick. I think they have another top 10 pick because of the Browns.
They're going to take a QB.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, if you want to do some early rookie week stuff, who's the QB? It has to be Stroud, right? Stroud or Bryce Young.
Let's leave this. Let's leave this for a later podcast.
Yeah, that was the game.
Yeah. So that was the game. Let's go on to the Cardinals and the Broncos.
Oh boy,
dude, this was such a good game.
If you have Hollywood or D-Hop, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That was actually D-Hop put in a solid game.
Yeah, did okay.
The only one that
Trey
actually
McBride
did much, I mean, is DeAndre and James Conner.
No, James Conner is going to get the workload of all workloads as Trace McSorley has to start the rest of the year.
He
Yeah,
did good, but
for sure.
my man Latavius Murray
Yep.
and Jerry
Yeah,
Jeudy carried the
yeah.
Broncos.
Literally carried.
Literally.
7 catches for 76, and then Latavius Murray 24 for
Yep.
130 and one.
But
And then
Rippin wasn't
Marlon
bad,
Mack
man.
got some passing or
And,
some
and
receiving work.
what's hilarious is that the Arizona Cardinals have been the worst team against tight ends this year, and it wasn't Dulcich who
Yeah. Well,
Eric Tomlinson.
that's because uh yeah, because Russ wasn't in.
Well, and Judy is just
But
that
Russ
guy.
should be back next week. That's what they said.
Yeah, and
They say he's going to start this week.
and he gets the Rams on Christmas Day.
Oh baby,
Ooh. Oh, that's gonna be a decent
that'll be a good matchup.
That will be
Yeah.
very interesting.
All right. Well,
Boy, Aaron
yeah,
Jones
that
just
was a
doesn't know where
pretty
to
like
go.
low key game. So that was
It was an entertaining one, but very low key.
Yeah, very low
Yeah.
key but entertaining.
It-
Next one. What's the next game?
The next one we're gonna
Not
go
New
to
England.
the
Not New England.
Patriots.
No, not New England. That should be last.
And okay, fine. God, we'll do
Well,
the
that's not the
Titans.
last
was
game because we actually
good.
have the Sunday night game for once.
Yeah, but it was good.
Okay. The Patriots and the Raiders.
Uh,
I actually didn't watch this game, so
I watched
you
the
guys will
last
have to tell
play
me.
over and
It-
over and over again.
It was
Yeah, that's
so
true.
back and forth. Mac Jones kind of struggled, but Ramondre Stevenson, holy
Dominated.
crap.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I also like to
dominated.
see, unfortunately, Pierre Strong. 3 targets. Like he actually got the lead. He actually got the backup like reps over Kevin Harris, which
Yeah.
makes it even sadder that I had to let go of Pierre Strong, to be quite honest with you. Painful, but
When you try your best, but you don't succeed.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. All the injuries I'm getting within the playoffs. Thanks.
Sorry.
But yeah, Ramondre did good. I mean, the receivers for New England, maybe let's not talk about them.
Oh,
No,
Christian Watson sighting.
mediocre.
Christian Watson sighting. He's in the game. He's alive.
Oh,
Wow,
but
good
nothing.
job.
Well, he
But that's
got
it.
2 points.
He's just
Nah.
in the game.
Look, we need him to still be bad.
Says you.
So
I would love our toilet bowl award to be called the Help Award because Alex
man.
sold his soul for an RB2.
Golly. On to the Raiders, who made the
He
defensive
sold
play of the
2
game.
RB1s for an RB2.
So
Oh
close.
my gosh.
So close.
I feel bad for him. That was
honestly, we should get Alex here for
Up
dream
front?
lineups.
Up front, it was a good trade. But then
Yeah.
like 3 weeks down the road, we were like, oh.
Honestly, I really hope the trade went out better because I was like, you know what, Alex, I'm really proud of you. You're being very aggressive in this. I think it's a good move. You get your guy.
We thought it was a pretty even trade.
Yeah, we all
first.
thought it was a good move by Alex to go be aggressive, and it has done nothing but backfire. And I am so sorry, but am I going to have complete fun with it now that he has basically locked in his spot for the toilet bowl champ? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. I mean,
Well, we still have a game to play.
He traded 2 RB1s, like in Pollard and what would have been Brees Hall.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
That's
crazy. Just and
It's
that's why you don't trade draft picks unless well, obviously you don't know for sure, but trading draft picks is risky because you could get a star, you could get a nobody. But yeah, they're not just picks.
You know,
could be right.
You
could be right.
It's the future of your team.
Can I throw a very interesting scenario at you guys?
Christian Watson.
Go ahead.
I think every single rookie draft pick we had this year hit in the first round.
Well,
Yeah,
that's not true.
Just about.
Yeah, think of it. Brees and Drake London has been very quiet, but he's shown he may be the Ken
shown
has
flashes.
hit. Who was the four? Olave has.
Olave,
James Cook has shown up in certain points.
No, I wouldn't say James Cook hit. But Garrett Wilson, yes.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson. Damian Pierce has.
Yep.
Yes. That was the 10th pick.
The only one maybe
we're gonna have a whole podcast
Yeah.
episode over
Yeah.
this. So
We will.
let's save that.
The Raiders.
The Raiders.
Derek
Josh
Carr,
Jacobs,
really
good.
Also
mediocre
Josh
performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's pretty good.
I mean, for what we're used to with him, it's
Well,
mediocre.
oh yeah, he didn't score 60 points. Oh my God, hit the panic button.
Exactly, man. Anything less than 60 points from Josh Jacobs this year
Who is
just
our
terrible. Terrible.
But other than that, like nobody else showed up for the Raiders.
Yeah, the game was apparently pretty thrilling from the last play, but
Saquon
it was all
Barkley's
defense.
RB1?
who?
Yeah, Park.
Have you guys seen the running back rankings?
Yeah. Josh Jacobs has the lead by like
No, he doesn't.
50 points. Wait, who?
No,
It's Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
Barkley.
gosh.
It's so. Let me tell you the top 5.
Oh,
Saquon.
I was thinking rushing yards.
Oh, sorry for rushing, but it's Saquon, CMC, Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon.
Well, because Joe Mixon had that like 60-point game.
Yeah, but that was
or
weeks
50-point
ago.
game. Yeah.
And he's been out the last 2. Like
Yeah.
so weird. I know our scoring is a little different, but I don't know. It's pretty crazy. And then Josh Jacobs is right there at RB6. But it's but if you want to talk about Ethan, I want to bring this up. Guess how many players on the 250? Over 250.
10.
Come on.
Guessing 15.
Nah, it's too early for 15. It's gotta be 10. I can pull it up faster.
Ooh. Randall Cobb almost had a touchdown.
All right, guys, are you ready for this? Wait, hold on. There's no way. Wait, hold on. I'm wrong. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's
I have
10.
standard.
There's 10 of them.
It's 10.
That was exactly right. It's 10 of them. Joe Mixon. Wait. Oh, you gave these top 5 wrong. It's Josh Jacobs.
No, I realize it now.
Derrick Henry, and then Saquon.
For some reason, Sleeper, when it didn't update until after I said the top 5.
How do we find the rankings?
You go under players.
Just season stats. You go to leaders and then season stats.
Yeah.
But Joe Mixon is at 246. Aaron Jones is at 239. Fournette 227. Jamal 226. Pierce 217. 214 for Najee and 213 for Gibson. And 206 for ETN.
Yeah, so we're right at 10 right now. There's a lot of people that. Sorry, I had for some reason it showed me projections when I moved over to stats. So that's why I was like, wait, Joe Mixon 5? That's weird. But
Josh, wide receivers 16 over 200. 16th being Terry McLaurin.
Interesting. I'll be honest.
Devontae Smith at 199.9, so that's a tease.
Yeah. But yeah,
Tony Pollard reached.
Is that another? Oh my
cow.
gosh, another AJ Dillon touchdown. Oh, Tyler.
Ooh.
Oh, Tyler. I'm so sorry.
Hold on. Let me bring the score update. I'll bring the score update.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay. Ashley now in the Dynasty League has a 7-point lead over Jacob. So I would say unless Aaron Rodgers completes the worst collapse I'll ever see in fantasy, she's gonna win. But
he just jinxed it. On to the next game.
Oh boy. But
Tennessee?
I believe it is Tennessee next. Yes.
Josh, you're the only 10 I see.
Oh boo.
Ryan Tannehill left the game with a broken foot.
Yeah. So is Malik Willis going to be starting next week?
Malik Willis. Mama Week Willis.
We got to
So
give him crap, folks.
We're working through some stuff.
so all right, Derrick Henry, great game.
Yeah, 104 yards, 5 yards per carry, touchdown, and 4
Yeah, and a
receptions for
touchdown.
59 yards, leading rusher and receiver.
Is this the most catches he's
Yeah.
had in a season?
No.
I think this.
Oh,
this
in a season, I think so.
Yeah,
Really?
by like 12.
Dang. Wow. That's
And
pretty
we
good.
still got
I think
3
that's
more games.
honestly like saved him.
Yeah, I
He
think it
used to be
has.
really like touchdown dependent. And now he's like getting receiving work and actually, showing up.
Yeah. Oh, Ethan, this is amazing.
Hmm.
I know you have AJ Dillon on your bench right now, but just seeing Aaron Jones and Christian Watson not get any touchdown.
Oh yeah, what's the score with me and
You are up by 15
What is
in
this?
the
that's
ESPN league.
ESPN, yeah. 147 to 132. Yeah, that's too close.
And that's including the fact Buffalo went -2 on defense.
Dude, I'm so mad about
That's
that.
awesome.
Oh my gosh, man. If I'd put AJ Dillon in over DPJ, holy crap.
So yeah, the Chargers. What happened with Austin Eckler and Joshua Kelly?
So
He got injured early.
Eckler got hurt.
And then Kelly vultured a touchdown.
And they said, I think, negative on the shoulder.
Yeah, he tested
I think
negative.
so.
So he's
Yeah.
fine. He's fine.
I think
Yeah.
he's all right.
And
He's just
then,
old.
yeah, Keenan Allen, another solid performance. Mike Williams got lucky, but
Great wide receiver too.
that Justin Herbert throw was ridiculous.
And honestly, for what
Yeah.
this was, like going up against Tennessee, how well Eckler did, you take that.
Yeah. See, all right, guys. How would you feel about if I said, like, what was your grade on Justin Herbert's 2022 season? What would you say?
B.
I'd say he has another like 3,500 yard season, maybe even another 4,000.
Yeah. Where
Yard
do you
season?
think he'd be ranked?
Top 10. I mean, obviously top 10. I'd say maybe even.
Well,
top
the reason why
six.
I bring up Herbert in this, like, because he is QB 10 right now on the year, but man, it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah,
It's
no.
especially like this week where he only gets like 11 points, but Denver 9 points, 13 against Atlanta, 13 against San Francisco, and 15 against Cleveland. Like, you had to pay up in a redraft league for Herbert, and it has just not been good this year.
Yeah. Not to what a lot of people expected.
Yeah. But I mean, other than Eckler and Keenan Allen, like that was the game. Oh, was that Skronik or was that two? Anyway, sorry. Who do we got next, Ryan?
I think it's Cincy.
So yeah, we've got Cincy and the Bucks. So Cincy didn't do much in the first half.
In a game, I thought the
you
Bucks
really
had...
thought the Bucks were gonna win, yeah.
Yeah, really. I mean,
but Joey B 4 touchdowns.
It was a lot like the Vikings game. It was a tale of two halves.
Yeah.
The first half was dominated by the Bucks, and the last half was, just taken over by the Bengals.
Yeah.
So,
Mixon nowhere to be found.
Yeah. Mixon nowhere to be found.
But Jamar Chase, good game. And I mean, that was really it. Like, it was just spread around and it was just Jamar Chase. And Jamar Chase is also who sealed the deal.
And then Tyler Boyd sighting. But I wouldn't follow that at all. But T. Higgins, again, another solid performance.
And then, I mean, on the other end, it's just a tale of 2 bad turnovers for Brady in a time where you can't have them. I mean, Russell Gage showed out, and Chris Godwin is still just so freaking good.
Dude, Godwin might, if there's anything I got right within our championship line, within our championship lineups, in our playoff preview, was Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
100%. That's the only thing I got right. And how do you guys feel about Evans? Because it's probably been
It's time for him to
I
go,
think he's
man.
losing faith. Like I said
Yeah.
last week, like I think Tom Brady is losing faith in Mike Evans.
My thing is that I don't think the O line's holding enough
Yeah.
to get Mike Evans like those vertical targets. And that's what that's
definitely
been
be the
his
case.
calling card for his entire career.
Yeah, that could definitely be the case.
All right, here we go. LA Rams field goal. Or no, it's punt. Sorry, never mind. Never mind.
But like Russell Gage, 12 targets, Mike Evans, 10 targets, Chris
Yeah.
Godwin only 8.
Because that's
But the problem is, or sorry, not the problem. The good thing is like Chris Godwin, everything that
Incredibly
was thrown
efficient.
his way, he caught it. That was the only reason why he's, their leader this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think what's making Mike Evans to me such an intriguing fantasy option, and because I was like, you know what? I'm curious. Let's see what the targets were, because we have noticed that Brady's thrown a lot more, like a lot shorter. No, he's on pace to actually break his target total from last year and the first year with Brady too. Like
He's
he
just
has
not
100,
converting.
yeah, and on top of that, he had 13 touchdowns with Brady in 2020, 14 in 21. Guess how many this year?
5.
many.
I wish it was 5. It's 3. So this also means that makes Mike Evans a very interesting regression to the means candidate next year.
Yeah. And with that,
more than likely,
gentlemen,
Yeah.
we've come to the final game.
Dude,
NFC East showdown.
that
The
was
New York
killed by the
Jets.
refs.
The
New York
Washington
Giants
Commanders.
and
A
Washington
terrible fourth
Commanders.
quarter call. Danny Dimes. Saquon's quads. I can stop anytime. Please help me.
No, you keep going with the quads. No,
Keep going.
Talk about his quads more.
No, but
Okay, Josh.
So Saquon literally just carried this team.
Josh's RB1 on the year. Josh's.
Yes.
No,
He did. He
not
carried them all.
RB1. That's my bad. I looked at the wrong numbers, but he is
No,
the RB.
he's your RB1.
He's 1A.
Oh.
Anyways, the Giants. All they
I
had
have
was
I have CMC, man. I have CMC. It's a tough decision.
all the Giants had was
who have
Barkley,
you?
18 for 87.
No. It's Saquon. He's been the most consistent for you.
Your best player is Saquon, and then CMC.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm okay with that.
On the Washington side,
Watch,
Heineke.
CMC is going to get injured at the beginning of next year because you said that.
Heineke.
I'm not going to say what I thought.
Josh, let me ask you a question. What do you think
Yes.
about Gibson going into next week?
Ooh, Gibson has who? San Francisco. Yeah, I'm running away. Run away.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Oh God. Is it really?
Yeah, if I'm gonna
God.
Here's the thing. I
Oh,
will
man.
say start Antonio Gibson week 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they get Cleveland. Like he will I will
Yeah.
I
Oh,
I
okay,
will
that's not bad.
guarantee 100% as long as there's no injury, Antonio Gibson is going to be in my flex position in our dream lineups for championship week.
Yeah.
Okay. Do it.
But yeah, I will. But yeah, let me tell you man,
Okay, Josh.
I feel bad.
Please.
I feel bad for Terry from this game. He goes to the ref, make sure that he's good. He gets told to move up. He moves up. The ref tells him he's good. Ref still throws flag.
Not ideal.
And what's even more not ideal is that stole a touchdown for Brian Robinson. So if you had Brian Robinson, you're going, great, that's my touchdown. You got robbed. Like literally robbed.
Jahan Dotson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he did a good job this game.
That catch was nasty.
The 61-yarder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just went
I don't
just
like
right over. You don't like You don't
All
like
right.
the sound effect? What's
No,
wrong with you all?
Ryan, please close this out. Please close this out. Ryan.
All right, well,
I need to go to my safe space.
all right, well, thank you guys for joining us for our week 15 review. As always, please like and subscribe this video and our YouTube channel, and make sure to go to all of our social media. Our social
Last place
medias,
FP.
yeah, at Last Place FP, and that's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of them at Last Place FP. Be sure to follow us. We post all of like updates and all, especially during this off season, this upcoming off season. That's pretty much how we're going to be communicating when we're going to be doing our shows and everything. So just make sure to follow us there. And good luck in the second round of the playoffs.
If you're still in them.
If you're still in them. If you're not, then you suck. So
Ryan.
yeah, I know, I do. So
At least Ryan
you
has a
didn't
bye
even
week in one other
Hey,
league.
you
hey,
didn't make the
if you're in
playoffs,
the
all
toilet
right?
bowl, we them boys.
We didn't voice. No, but if you guys are still going through the playoffs, make sure to ask us questions, comment on here, and
Yes.
Yeah.
ask us any lineup questions, anything like that. We'll help you with whatever we can.
And more than
And,
ever, pay
yeah, we
attention
love-
to injury reports.
Yeah,
Yes.
we love helping out all of our fans. And by fans, I mean, you know, my mom. Hi, Mom. So
I don't even think your
yeah,
mom watches the show. I'm
no,
gonna
she
be honest,
doesn't.
Ryan.
It was a joke,
My
Ethan,
mom
so
doesn't
thank
watch
you.
the show.
But
So.
yeah, so make sure to just like and subscribe on here and comment if you need any help. So you guys have a great week 16. We will see you
And never
for
forget.
Thank you, Ethan.
No, don't
yeah, go
forget.
ahead. Go
Don't
ahead.
you forget. Don't let Ryan try and trick you into
No,
not
go ahead.
remembering that sometimes you are right. Sometimes you're Ryan and start Deontay Foreman.
Over Latavius Murray.
We'll see you next time.
Have a good one, everybody.